Okay, ready, set, go. Holy crap! Woo! Okay, hang on. Fairhope, right by the Mobile Bay. Come down by the water and we'll stop and take a look at the bike. There's Mobile off to the distance there. Here we go. The full LED lights, the full fog lights as well. The brakes are absolutely incredible. 6 pistons on each side. Massive stopping power. There's the big 1833 Boxer flat 6 engine producing 125 horsepower and approximately 125 foot-pounds of torque. Again, this is the airbag model, so that's why you have more of a custom paint job on this year, the 2018. You take a look at how the bags have, there's a little button here, and you just push and they're dampened. And there's plenty of room, and I've got a storage bag in here to organize things, the clothes, just like that. Same way with the trunk. Got a little button to push, pops open. Here again, you can get in at least 1 full face helmet, if not 2. Here's a look at the rear lights. On this particular model, it has extra lights on it. On the top on the trunk and down on the sides by the license plate. Again, here we've got side view. Again, you can see it says the DCT, the dual clutch transmission. Here's where the foot pegs integrate, floorboards for the passenger. Very nice, very smooth. And again, on the side, one of the nice things is these are wide and then they just fold in. All the lights are LED. Let's take a look. You can see if you push this button, the screen goes up and down. That's fantastic. First year, first model to have this on a Goldwing. You can also see here's the enter button and a home button, and then that changes the screen there, and by pushing these buttons back around you can move back and forth on the display. Here's the navigation as well. You can see we're in Fairhope, Alabama. We'll go back to home. On the center console, you see the on and accessory and off. See a toggle switch, and that will move to any of these settings. See some other information here, info. That'll show you what radio station you're on. At this time, it'll give you average gas mileage, trip A, trip B, total, and instant. The select and set will get you over to here, and by hitting them you can go to different fields. Okay guys, here we are in a 2018 Honda Goldwing. We're in touring mode right now. We're only going about 40 miles an hour. We're in 6th gear, and we're probably pulling about 1800 RPM. Just absolutely amazing. So again, it's the DCT clutch plate in front and back with the gears. There's no shifting, there's no clutch. Let's slow down here on this curve and see how she does. Just incredibly smooth. Okay, so I let off the throttle. Give it just a hair of a brake, 5th gear. Wow, stayed in 5th gear all the way through. Amazing. We'll go down here, make a turn to the right, same thing, 20 miles an hour, and see how it does. And then we'll get her up to speed here in a second. Here we're in 7th gear at 48 miles an hour, barely going 1500 RPM, and look at the gas mileage, 51 miles per gallon averaging. Just insane for a Boxer 6-cylinder 1833 cc. Just beautiful. I mean, it couldn't be any smoother than that. I could not shift it that smooth. Just amazing. Absolutely amazing. The white with it there, that's on the hill start assist. So that'll hold the bike and give us 3 seconds once we let off the brake to accelerate. So here we go. Easy, just absolutely smooth as silk. Smooth as silk, held it like a rock. The wind protection is absolutely fantastic. You need a little more air. Pop that up, it comes up into your chest. At least my chest, I'm 6'1" or plus. Let's pop that back down so we don't get it into the microphone. Getting just a tad of wind on my lower legs and just a touch on my upper shoulders. But just very, very, very good wind protection. Again, the shifts are just nearly imperceivable of how smooth this motorcycle is. So again, 7th gear, we're going 60 miles an hour. It feels like I'm going 20. You can see the suspension bouncing up and down here. You can see it, you just don't feel it. It isolates you from it. Only on the most, there's a pretty hard bump. You feel that a little bit. But in general, it's just an absolute cushion, like riding on a cloud. Just amazing. That's a beautiful scene there. Now, most people are going to touring mode, And in touring mode, let's go off the throttle a little bit here. And then kick it on. Holy smokes! Okay, shifted down hard and got me to 80 just that quick. Wow, that's not even sport mode. That's amazing. Let's go to sport mode. Let off the throttle. Hold it so it's nice and even. Slow down. Okay, ready, set, go. Holy crap! Woo! Okay, hang on. This is the airbag model, so this is the top of line. And I have to tell you, I'm more used to adventure bikes. My latest bike was a 22 Harley Davidson Road King. I just loved it. Absolutely loved that motorcycle. And this isn't necessarily comparing this bike against that bike, but that's just my experience. Wow, this thing's like a rocket ship compared to the bikes I've had in the past. Absolutely just delivers the mail. I mean, hauls butt. Just great. And it sounds fantastic. It sounds, well, like a Porsche. Basically, the only other production vehicle I know of that uses a flat six is a Porsche. Just wonderful sound to it, right out of the box. These actually have the Healy bars on them, so or the adjustment, so it pulls the bars back in just a little bit. Incredibly comfortable. These also have the larger gold strike grips. I'm a big guy. I like a little bit bigger grip. These work fantastic. The mirrors are just rock solid. I mean, when I was stepping out there, I looked in my mirror. We were going substantially over the speed limit, and the mirrors were just as if we were parked in the garage. Just phenomenal. Everything about the bike, even at that high speed I was at, I could not feel any vibration in the handlebars, anything in the boards. I mean, can I tell it's running? Sure, absolutely. It's a motorcycle. I can feel that. But just as smooth as silk. This bike is about 86 pounds lighter than the previous Goldwing. And for me personally, I would have never considered the Goldwing. I just thought they were, you know, I know they're phenomenal bikes, but they were just too big and bulky for something I'd be interested in. And when they came out with this new model, I was just fascinated with it and couldn't wait to go sit on one, and said, boy, I want to get one of these. This is just nice. Very, very nice. So I got this bike about 3 weeks ago. I picked it up and swapped it with a gentleman for my Harley Davidson Road King. He had been on several Goldwings over the years and loved them, but wanted to go back to a Harley. Said he just was getting to the point in his life where he wasn't going to make any longer trips and just wanted to, you know, go around town mostly. And I don't think he could be happier and I couldn't be happier. So it's a win-win for both of us. I will say, for a bike that is legendary on the highway, and we're going to do some highway miles in a minute, in the city, this bike is a breeze. It is absolutely steady as a rock. To me, it is not top heavy whatsoever. I'm used to adventure bikes that are tall and feel like they can topple at any point. This, I mean, you get almost zero brake dive. When you come to a stop, I've just never experienced a bike this easy. And just, you couldn't be any more stable. I know it's about almost equal to what my Road King was in weight, within about 12 pounds. So negligible. And I'm a big, strong guy, and on my Road King in my garage, if I stood and just grabbed the handlebars and didn't sit on the bike, it was very, very difficult to move that bike back. And on this bike, I can move it forward and back, no problem. No problem. And this bike weighs more. And it's due to how they balance the weight and the engine being so low and split as it is horizontally. It just makes a tremendous difference. Let's talk about the riding position real quick. It's very neutral. You're sitting straight up and down, which I prefer. Now I have a backrest on this, which puts me a little more straight up. You'd be slightly inclined normally. My feet are directly under my knees, maybe it was slightly forward. We're outfitted with some highway pegs on this. So if you get a little stiff, just look down here, you can go forward, there you go, no problem, and relax your leg. But in general, I find this is amazingly comfortable. When I picked up the bike, I rode it back 270 miles without even using the highway pegs, and it was, I got home and told my wife, it feels like I didn't even ride a bike. I was so relaxed. I mean, 270 in the heat of the day down where I live would have beat you up pretty good. At least you'd have known you'd been out on a bike for several hours, and just amazingly relaxed. Now maybe I was excited about the new bike and that had something to do with it, but I'm telling you, the ergonomics are phenomenal, and the seat, I feel, is fantastic. Now it's all depends on what you're used to. So I know some of the folks who have had Goldwings in the past will say, oh, this seat isn't as good as the previous seat. I can't speak to that. But compared to the bikes I've had, this seat is absolutely fantastic. Okay. Pick up the speed, just to give you a sense of that. That's 75. It's just no effort whatsoever for the bike. Super, super smooth, super easy. Hey guys, this is just an ideal, absolutely ideal long distance bike, but I think it can be a daily commuter as well. I mean, it's just phenomenal all around. It's a touring bike, but with the power of this bike, it's more of a sport touring bike in this new model. It's just a lot of fun. You can just zip this bike around and move it around shockingly easy for the weight. It's just amazing what Honda has done. I did a U-turn, and with his DCT, I didn't even give it any fuel at all, no throttle at all, and just let it idle. It won't stall on you. And I did a super tight U-turn when I got gas. Amazing. I mean, just stood straight up, no problem. Pointed it, went right where I wanted it to go. Super tight turn. No stress, super, super easy. Maybe the easiest U-turns I've ever done on a motorcycle. Slight incline here, we're already up 65, no sweat. Just easy, easy, easy stuff. Beautiful views from here. Like I said though, you do get quite a bit of crosswind on this because you're so open on the sides to the water. Go over here and enjoy it a little more. It's 75 degrees out today in the Daphne Fairhope Mobile area. It is November the 6th, 2023. A beautiful day, a beautiful place to live, a beautiful day to ride a motorcycle. As I have to tell you, I have not been a fan of riding on this particular area of I-10 because I worked in the Mobile area for a number of years, and very congested, aggressive drivers, and I've just never liked riding on the highway too much. But I'll tell you, after picking this bike up, and now I've put on about 800 and some miles on it, I don't have any issue whatsoever with jumping on the expressway and going wherever. No problem. Now, do I enjoy it? Not necessarily, but I don't have any issues with the motorcycle at all. It's going to get the speed I need. It's going to stay planted. I can pass a semi can pass me. It's going to just stick true to the ground. It's powerful enough for any type of passing or evasive maneuvers. It's so maneuverable. It's got tremendous braking power. It's got fantastic visibility. You can see a Goldwing coming down the road. I mean, there's no mistaking it, and it really has a presence. Not only that, let's see if we can hear the horn. It's got dual horns. It's it's the loudest horns I've ever heard on a motorcycle. So it's got big presence, big power, phenomenal looks, and a horn that says, "Get the heck out of the way, I'm coming through." I just absolutely love this bike. I'm going to have this bike for a very, very long time. So that about wraps it up, guys. I hope you've enjoyed the video. And take a look at a Goldwing if you get a chance. In our area, you can't even test ride them. You just have to buy them. But I'm telling you, it absolutely is an engineering marvel. An engineering marvel. So until the next time, ride safe, and I'll see you soon.